Okay, jumping in now to a legacy match between, this is for the 3-on-3 team tournament. It's Oliver at the bottom of the screen, Oliver King on what looks like Death and Taxes up against Tyler Adams at the top on Omni Show. Not really sure how this matchup goes for both hands, but Tyler I think is 0-2 at the moment, while Oliver's undefeated in Legacy. Spirit of the Labyrinth in the main deck. Very strange. It looks like he's changed up. He's been playing elves since forever. And probably just wants to change it around a bit for against other people now. Because people sort of come to know him as the elves player. Just see what Tyler's on here. Oh, he's got a few there actually. It has potential. Not sure if the Spirit of the Labyrinth is going to interact with Tyler at all. I don't know why he has it in the main deck. So here's the first test, a show and tell. But Karakas is going to check anything that, such as an Emrakul. And he does have 6 power on the board here. So he's going to drop an Omniscience, but he doesn't have a threat. Tyler, on the other hand, Tyler's deck might just be a little bit too quick here. So it's Omniscience and Recruiter of the Guard. Recruiter's going to be able to find him a 2 mana or less creature. I suspect we're going to see a very fast game 1. Problem for Tyler again here, even though he has the Omniscience, he's just got nothing to cast with it. He can probably drop a sneak attack here. But I don't know what his threats are besides Emrakul, because Emrakul's no good on this board. He finds a Phyrexian Revoker. So the Revoker in the main deck is going to shut down the sneak attack. He's going to untap here, so he can play the Revoker. So it doesn't really matter as much now, because Tyler can still cast his cards with Omniscience. And Oliver doesn't have to worry about Emrakul. So if he does have the other card. Let me see what it was. The Sanctum Prelate, I think it's called. Yeah, he has a Sanctum Prelate. So if he can guess what the other threat is, he just names a number, and Tyler can't cast it. He's got 6. He's got lethal on board here, and Oliver's going to take game 1 quite comfortably. So it's sideboarding now. I think this is a pretty favourable matchup for Oliver. Not really sure what Tyler can bring in here. He may have Pyroclasms in the sideboard. Of course, this is card disadvantage against Mighty Lux. The Mighty Lux, which was me, won the game in Standard, so this, if Oliver wins, this is going to game 3 in Modern. Tyler trying to secure our first 4 points of the tournament, whereas Oliver trying to set up his friend Michael to compete for the 4 points, the 4 bonus points against Emerson later. I don't think Oliver has to change too much. Pithy Needle would be a card to consider for Tyler as the back now. As we just look at Oliver's hand, see if he's going to keep this. Tyler's taken a mulligan. Yeah, and so is this hand. You probably want to keep this one, yeah. Yep, Oliver's keeping. Tyler goes to 5, so this is not looking good already for Tyler. Oh, so you see the Pyroclasm there. Okay, so that's a keepable hand. He'll have to fetch his Volcanic Island with that. Thalia will mean that Pyroclasm can't come down to turn 3, but Pyroclasm's going to clean up that whole board. Tyler needs to find another land. So the Preordain's going to help him do that. He finds a Brainstorm. This is all on Oliver's end step. No, it can't be on his end step because Tyler didn't play a land that turn. I'm not sure why that is. Oliver now with 2 planes after he wastelanded the dual land. So looking very, very ominous here. As Tyler plays... I think my computer might be lagging a bit here. Oh no, he's brainstormed, okay. You can see he plays that volcanic island into another wasteland. So at least here he can use a Scalding Tarn to fetch a basic. Oliver just considering here, do I want to play the Thraben Guardian of Thraben, or do I want to wasteland that volcanic island? Runs out the Guardian of Thraben. Now that he can play that, he's got the other planes in hand. He can run that out and wasteland. Because you see the Stoneforge Mystic, he's going to be able to Stoneforge into the Wasteland of Volcanic Island, play Stoneforge to get his, whatever it's called, I forget, the Batterskull, and then Tyler can't stop the Batterskull next turn. So it looks like Oliver's got this one wrapped up. Oh, he doesn't take that route. I'm not sure, I really don't know why he's playing this card. Like, I'm not familiar with enough, I'm not familiar with enough legacy decks that would draw cards that would make that beneficial to have in the main deck. You can see, I think we're going to see Pyroclasm come down pretty quickly next turn. And, because Oliver could have played Batterskull this turn if he did the other line, but I think he's going to run the Stoneforge this time, and it's going to eat a Pyroclasm. Not before dropping Tyler to 12. The other option he has here, I think, is to just don't play anything. He's got 5 power on the board. But I think that's a bit risky because we're starting to get into sneak and show and tell territory here. A show and tell would be crushing. I think so. Yeah, so he might be tempted to go Karakas just to cover the show and tell, and Karakas and Stoneforge Mystic for the Stoneforge for the Batterskull. Yeah, that looks like the line he's going to take. Even if Pyroclasm does come down here, he's still going to be only 2 turns away from the Batterskull. Looks like he's having to think about what he wants to get. Unless he's considering a sword. Yeah, he's going to take a sword, okay. The Sword of Fire and Ice. This is protection from red and blue. So this enables him to draw more cards, but this is all going to get eaten up by a Pyroclasm next turn from Tyler. Okay, yeah, he's going to go the other route. He's going to sneak attack. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So I don't know what I'm talking about. So Pyroclasm's going to clean up the board. Oliver manages to save his Thalia with the Karakas. So he's going to be up to 4 mana now. What do you do here? Equip is 2. He could probably drop Thalia, and then next turn he's got enough to be able to equip it as well. Thalia or the Flicker Wisp. I think you go for Thalia because he knows he's up against essentially a non-creature deck. I think Oliver thinking long and hard about what he wants to do here. The other option he has here is Rishadan Port, which would keep him off red, but it looks like he's going to keep him off red with the Wasteland instead. So what can Tyler find here? So he has been managing to find those sources when required. So he's just one. Cunning Wish will get him the threat for sneak attack. Oh, risky. He's going to drop to 6 here, tapping that Ancient Tomb. I don't think he actually needed to tap, and I think he probably had to fetch a Volcanic there. Now he doesn't have the mana to activate the sneak attack. He's going to drop to 4 from the attack from Thalia. So I think Tyler here is looking for a top deck red source. He can then Cunning Wish for whatever his threat is, and then use sneak attack to get it in. But if it's legendary, then Karakas has it checked. So that's lethal on board right there with the Flicker Wisp. Oliver's now presenting lethal. Oh, he's tapping the Karakas. Oh no, okay, good, nice play. He's gonna Flicker Wisp it back and play it again. Yeah, I like that play a lot. That's lethal right there. So Tyler needs something right now, or he's done. And he doesn't get it, a Grizzlebrand. And Oliver takes it 2 games to 0.